Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Curious Minds. I'm Lucy, your host, and today we're exploring one of love's most intriguing questions. How many people can one love? Is there a limit to the capacity of our hearts? Can we truly experience deep, meaningful love for more than one person, be it romantically, platonically, or even within our families? Whether you're a devoted monogamist or a believer in expansive love, this episode is for you. Joining me today is Tina, a relationship coach known for her insightful and playful take on love. Welcome to the show, Tina.
Hi, Lucy, and hello to everyone listening. I'm excited to delve into this topic because love is as complex as it is beautiful, and exploring its boundaries or lack thereof can really change the way we think about relationships.
Let's start with the basics. When we say love, what exactly do we mean? Is it just romantic love, or does it extend to other forms?
Great question, Lucy. Love comes in many flavors. There's romantic love, the passion and deep connection you feel for a partner. Familial love, the unconditional bond within families. Platonic love, the deep affection you have for close friends. Self-love, the foundation of all other love, which involves caring for and valuing yourself. Each of these forms enriches our lives. In a way, you're already loving many people every day, even if the intensity of that love varies.
So when we ask, how many people can one love? It might depend on what kind of love we're talking about.
Exactly. Our capacity for love isn't confined by numbers. It's fluid and often shaped by our experiences, personalities, and cultural influences.
Now let's dive into the heart of the matter. Is there really a limit to how many people one can love deeply?
This is where it gets really interesting. Research in psychology and neuroscience suggests that our brains are capable of forming multiple deep connections. However, there are practical limits. Time and energy. Love requires attention, care, and emotional energy. Depth versus breadth. While you might care for many people, the depth of that love can vary. You might have a few relationships that are profoundly deep, and many others that are caring but less intense. Emotional boundaries. Learning to balance your emotional energy can mean setting healthy boundaries, so that while you can love many people, you're not overwhelmed by trying to be everything to everyone.
It sounds like while our capacity to care is vast, the quality of each relationship depends on how much emotional investment we can realistically give.
Absolutely. It's less about a strict numerical limit and more about the quality of connections you nurture.
Let's get into romantic love. There's a lot of debate about monogamy versus polyamory. How do these concepts fit into the question, how many people can one love?
Great point, Lucy. In romantic relationships, monogamy is the norm in many cultures, emphasizing an exclusive, deep connection with one partner. Polyamory, on the other hand, embraces the idea that you can have meaningful, loving relationships with multiple partners at the same time. Both approaches have their merits and challenges. Monogamy may allow for greater focus on a single relationship, while polyamory can honor the idea that our hearts have the capacity to love in diverse ways. Ultimately, the right choice depends on personal values, communication, and the willingness of all parties involved to set clear boundaries.
That makes sense. It really highlights that love isn't one size fits all.
Exactly. And whether you're monogamous or polyamorous, the underlying truth remains. Our ability to love is complex and expansive.
Tina, do you have any real-life examples or stories that illustrate how people navigate loving multiple people?
Certainly. I've worked with couples in monogamous relationships who maintain incredibly deep connections with their close friends and family, demonstrating that love extends beyond just one romantic partner. I've also met individuals in polyamorous relationships who speak about the freedom and fulfillment of loving multiple partners, each fulfilling different emotional and practical needs. One client described feeling that his heart was like a mosaic, with each piece representing a different relationship that contributed to his overall happiness.
Those stories are truly inspiring. They show that love can be both deeply personal and wonderfully multifaceted. Tina, as we wrap up, What's one key takeaway for our listeners when it comes to love and relationships?
Remember that love isn't a limited resource. It's about the quality of the connections you build. Whether you love one person deeply or many people in different ways, what matters is that you nurture these relationships with care, authenticity, and healthy boundaries.
Beautifully said, Tina. To our listeners, we'd love to hear your thoughts. How many people do you feel you can love, and in what ways? Share your reflections in the comments or on social media. And don't forget to download our free PDF guide, Cultivating Meaningful Connections, for tips on deepening your relationships. Until next time, keep your heart open and embrace all the love you can give. Goodbye.